Alright, welcome back guys. So we just finished going over how to use env.sh to set up environment variables. So the really important thing to go over with that approach that we did at the beginning is every single time you start your project from scratch, or sorry, not from scratch, but every single time you start running your project in a new terminal window, you need to make sure to source that env.sh again, because the environment variables only live within the lifetime of your terminal sessions here. So if I actually just make a new tab and I try to say echo MongoDB URI, it's going to be empty again because in this tab we never sourced it. So this is really annoying that we have to do it every single time. So there's another way that we can go about doing this actually, and it's my preferred way. And so we're really fortunate. Oops, let's get rid of that. So we're really fortunate. Somebody went ahead, realized that this was annoying, and they made an npm package to handle it. So I'm gonna just pull it up really quick. This is one of my favorites for handling it, and it's called .env. You can see there's lots of weekly downloads, so it looks like it's a pretty good, reliable package. It's not just something with 4 people. It was last updated 4 months ago. You see there's a couple different collaborators. So let's just go ahead and look at the instructions. Alright, they're telling us that we need to do npm install.env, npm install.env, and then usage is really simple. All we have to do is put this line as early in our application as possible. Alright, I think we can do that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close that, and then let's go back to our app.js, and we'll put it right here, right after we've imported Mongoose. And so what this is going to do is it's going to look in our current working directory, and it's going to look for a .env file, and it's going to import that stuff and make them environment variables. So first thing we need to do is add that .env file, so .env, and notice it's really period env, it's not like .env. And then inside of this file, we're going to basically put the same thing as we had in our env.sh, but without the word export. Because .env, the npm package, is going to worry about exporting it. We just need to tell it what variables we want. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, drop that in, so you can see all we have here is just the key and then our value, and it's in our .env file. We're going to go ahead and put that in our git ignore because we also do not want this to go to GitHub. Alright, and that should be it as far as things that we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead into this other terminal session that I made where we have not sourced the MongoDB URI yet. So you can just to convince yourself, you just saw that I put this in and we did not get a response. And just to be doubly sure, I'm going to comment out this .env, and I'm going to try running our app, and let's see if we can connect to the database. Alright, we're going to see the URI and OpenURI must be a string. So we did not get connected to the database because MongoDB URI is currently undefined. Awesome. So let me uncomment this .env file, this .env.config, and let's try running it again and see what happens, shall we? Awesome. So we saw that we were in fact connected to the database now. We're connected to mlab. So let's go over what happened. This npm package .env went and looked in our working directory, saw that we had a .env file, and then it exported this stuff to our environment variables inside of our terminal session. So we can just go back here and check again, and you see here that it didn't put echo, it didn't put it in the terminal, but only when we're running our node app.js is it there. So it's a pretty secure way to do this. It's probably my preferred way of doing it. Yeah, so I would suggest that you do this. That way you don't have to worry about sourcing your env.sh every single time you start working in a new terminal, because it's quite likely you're going to forget, you're going to do a bunch of work, you're going to try to run your code, and you're going to get an error. You're going to be like, what's going on? And it's going to be because that MongoDB URI was not provided. So that's it. Now you have learned 2 ways to use environment variables in Node to connect to mlab.